Am I the asshole for ditching my sister and her kids mid-trip after she completely changed the plans on me? A few weeks ago, my sister, 33, asked me, 29F, to drive her and her 3 small kids, 6, 4, and 6 months old, from Cincinnati to Huntsville, Alabama. She wanted to hang out with her best friend, and I figured I could use the time to see my long-distance girlfriend. Seemed fair. She also asked me to watch her kids and her best friend's 2 kids, 14 and 9 years old, for 2 days out of the 5-day trip. I agreed. Not ideal, but whatever. I was also supposed to drive them all to Cleveland once it was over. We agreed I'd stay with her at her best friend's house. I confirmed the sleeping situation ahead of time, asking, "Are you sure they have room for me?" She said yes. They had a big house, an air mattress, couches, and if necessary, I could sleep in her bed. Cool. Nothing else was mentioned. Then our aunt passed away shortly before the trip. I drove everyone from Cleveland to Middletown for the funeral, the day before we were set to leave. I stayed with a friend in Cincinnati that night so I could actually sleep. My great-aunt from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, was at the funeral and told me my sister kept asking her over and over what time they'd be leaving and getting back, which seemed oddly specific at the time. We were supposed to leave for Huntsville at 10 a.m. the next day. Instead, she stalled us until nearly 2 p.m. I drove 4.5 hours with multiple stops for potty breaks. Then, as we're nearing Lawrenceburg, which was not even our destination, she suddenly says, "Oh, by the way, plans changed. Me and the kids are going to Atlanta for a day." This meant I couldn't stay at her best friend's house, because apparently I'm not allowed to be alone in the house with her best friend's husband. I asked why she didn't tell me that earlier, and she snapped, "I'm grown. I don't have to tell you my plans ahead of time." I was pissed but said fine. I'd reach out to our great-aunt and see if I could stay with her that night. Then, about 30 minutes from Huntsville, she suddenly suggests I stay with our aunt the whole week, because she doesn't think her best friend's husband is comfortable with me staying there at all. I didn't even respond. She took it upon herself to call our great-aunt anyway and arrange for me to stay. While we stopped so the 6-year-old could pee, she jumped in the driver's seat, turned the car around, and drove me to Lawrenceburg. Like, that was never the plan. No discussion. Just dropped me off and yelled, "See you Thursday," as in, to babysit the kids. Mind you, my girlfriend could only visit me one day instead of the 2 we had planned, since I was now way further from her. I was furious. It's now Wednesday. A reluctant friend came to pick me up, and I'm currently on my way back to Ohio. I haven't told my sister. She still thinks I'm watching her kids tomorrow and driving them all to Cleveland. So, am I the asshole for leaving her and her kids mid-trip, or was I just being used from the jump?